You rarely see that happening in Chinese dramas. One of the serendipity moments that happens with a production that you can't plan, how the male second character is presented, I'm just not very happy about it. Hello, you're watching Up New X, where junkie on good storytelling shares our thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 女心理师 Psychologist is a 40-episode drama that's being aired on the platform Youku. The drama is led by Yang Zi, Jing Boran, Wang Jia, Jian Renzi. It is based on a novel written by the author Bi Shuming. She's a very prominent, very well-known author. And the interesting thing about her is not only is she a well-known fictional writer, she also has a master's degree in psychology. The book was first published back in 2007. The scriptwriter of the drama is made up with her and another professional scriptwriter. So it's their collaboration adapting her own work. I have not read the original novel, but I looked at its synopsis and there's significant changes in character setup. This drama is produced by Youku, and it was shot in Hainan, the very south of China. It has that interesting light quality in exteriors and obviously vegetation. If you're very sensitive to these type of things, you probably can spot. At this point, I've watched the first 12 episodes. I'll give it a high 1 goat mine rating. As usual, let me first introduce you to the story and then to the good and bad, in my opinion. The title, 女心理师, literally means female. 心理 is psychology, 师 is person who is expert in something. So, female expert in psychology, direct translation. The English title officially is Psychologist, which I think might be slightly mistranslating because Yang Zi plays the main role, who is the psychologist, but she has a practice. She sees clients. So, more accurately, she should be psychiatrist instead of psychologist. And as the title suggests, it's going to be focused mostly on this female lead role played by Yang Zi. She has a rather classic setup where she's brought up by the single mother. She has a very traumatic childhood experience with something to do with a brother that at this point we're still not 100% sure about what exactly happened. And then she grows up to become a person majored in psychology and a talented psychiatrist, as the story sets it up, from a very well-known professor in psychology, played by Huang Jue. And this person is going to be very important in the later part of the story. This drama focuses on her experience of working as a psychiatrist with different clients. So it has a little bit of that nature of a unit drama. Every time a new client comes in, it goes into a new story about their problems and how she helps them to solve it. At the same time, she develops, obviously, her own main character's storyline. One is about her past that gradually gets revealed. One is about her romantic relationship, and because we cannot not have it in Chinese dramaland. And then there's a mystery and thriller plot that is to do with a male second character who would come into this drama very early on, and it's so intentionally set up as a possible villain with a lot of background stories and hidden motives. Later we'll find out exactly what it is. At this point we kind of already know part of it, but not the full picture. And then you haven't heard about the male lead yet. Well, played by Jing Boran. He is a radio station host who does a program about helping the audiences who can call in and talk about their own problems, and then having the psychologist played by Yang Zi as the guest of that program, helping that person on the radio. So that's his function, and obviously love interest. Now let's get into the cut it into two, what is good and what is not so good about this drama. On the positive end, first thing, I can tell it has ambition, it has designs, it understands it is a visual story, therefore it uses everything it can have and trying to make it very effective in communication. Because our female lead character gets a lot of different clients and solves a lot of crises or problems with people having psychological breakdowns and stuff. Every time certain events happens, it gives you the full-on, let's say, on-screen experience of that. They use all kinds of interesting designs of shots, transitions, pacing, editing, sound effects. I would suggest you wear a headphone to watch this drama because it has that stereo 3D sound design, so different sounds come from different directions. You rarely see that happening in Chinese dramas. So certain of those sequences are made very cinematic. It wants to do a little bit more than the normal contemporary metropolis setting dramas. I would always encourage that type of things, whatever your particular type of drama is, if you want to put the effort in doing that. And the second good thing, I think its pacing is okay. Although I don't know if it's gonna be like this throughout the entirety of the rather long drama. At least in the first quarter of the drama, no unnecessary draggy long talking filler scenes. Hope that stays till the end. The third thing, as I've said, this drama has that unit drama element. Every time a new client comes in to talk to our female lead, they have their different personal stories. And each story obviously is led by one particular actor or actress. And they're all very good. Starting with Zhang Ruonan, I think she's pretty familiar if you watch a lot of younger actors, actresses acting and type of drama that's oriented towards a younger market. You probably know her very well. She did the first high school student story that I think is one of her better, even best actings in her previous dramas or films. Then you have veteran old actors who used to play actually Yang Zi's father, I think, in 战场上. That veteran actor who came in and played this rather comical but interesting role as well. You have Li Meng, who is a very interesting actress, sometimes controversial, but she's very well known in the artistic indie movie world. One of the actresses that's very sought after by a lot of directors. She is really good and unique. And she also plays this person with eating disorder. All those supporting roles who would show up for a couple of episodes and their story ends, they're all very good. The fourth thing I have to say is about the main leading core characters. Yang Zi and Jing Boran, I don't think anyone needs to worry about their acting. They really just meet all my expectations of how they would act. I also really appreciate female lead and female second. Our female lead character and her bestie friend and her roommate and this really sassy young lady played by Jian Renzi. The girlfriend's relationship in this drama is so sweet and so well depicted. It really gets the audience's react in a way as like, we actually don't need a female lead and male lead relationship in this drama. I mean, it totally can work if it's just female lead and female second. And it does read like sometimes the girl and girl relationship has more chemistry than the girl and boy relationship in this drama. The only person I would say is very obviously the weaker link in the main characters pack would be the male second. By this point, I still just haven't quite understood why this character is there, and then the acting didn't convince me of any of the potential things I can guess about what his character's function is in this drama. And I think it is partly to do with the actor not really being on par with the other three main actors. Also, I think it is to do with script writing, so it's not entirely his problem. But I'm very happy with the two leads, and there are a couple of scenes in this drama that are just ridiculously fun. You don't see it coming. One scene happens around an elevator, the other happens around a house, the door, the glass door. So it's all in front of the doors. Interesting. At least one of them has been proven that was totally improvised. Yang Zi and Jing Boran were acting and then they thought it's done, but director didn't say cut, so they kept acting and they kept doing it for like 3 times until both of them are laughing for real. One of those serendipity moments that happens with a production that you can't plan. So what are not ideal for this drama when I was watching it? First thing, it has unreasonable skin smoothing on our main characters. And it doesn't happen in every shot. It mostly happens on very close shots. So pretty much like this and even closer. If you're like chest up to the top of the head, that kind of framing, wow. It's not even across different actors. And if it's a supporting actor, they definitely don't get that special treatment. There are so many shots with Yang Zi and the male second particularly that got so skin smooth. I'm like, no need for that. You are oriented towards reality drama. You're not a fantasy drama with gods floating in the clouds. Why? it's against the genre of the drama. If you have those very cheap, cheesy romantic drama, let's say like Fall in Love, and it just skin smoothes everybody, although it looks ugly, I mean, I kind of accept it because that's within my expectation of the particular type of drama it is. But this drama, it actually has very serious topics about psychology and how many people have psychological problems these days. So the skin smoothing is so going against the other elements of this drama. I really don't appreciate it. I totally would accept pores, and because of wearing foundations, you're gonna look cakey in low light. And it's fine. The second thing is to do with the chemistry between the main two leads, but I understand it's totally a personal thing. Both of them are very good actors and they do their roles perfectly, and I enjoy a lot of their interaction scenes, and I think with the particular character setup Jin Boran and Yang Zi have, they do a really good job. Almost within one scene, I can get 100% what type of character setup they are, what type of person they are, the way they hold themselves, the way they talk, the body language. It's like, yeah, very professional actors. But somehow I don't quite get in between. Like, what is the romantic energy between them? I almost can picture them as colleagues, as good friends, but somehow, like, picture them as a romantic couple is it's just like not really getting that signal. It's just me. So I wish I could enjoy more about the romantic vibe, but sometimes I feel I really enjoy female lead and female seconds chemistry more. Then the most important thing I think up to this point of watching this drama that I'm not very happy about is male second setup. Like I said, the actor's acting doesn't quite help, but the setup of his character has that 故弄玄虚 vibe, intentionally trying to mystify him. You know almost right from the beginning that he is not gonna be the nice guy. He has very hidden alternative motivations of getting close to the female lead, getting close to her life, and now it has already gotten to the point of the plot that you kind of know he's in for a kind of revenge. That he probably has some really bad beef with the teacher of our female lead, Huang Jue's role. Therefore, he gets into his life, his student's life, trying to mess things up, whatever he wants to achieve in the end of things. Whether it's for personal revenge or anything, we're not sure yet, but he's pretty much the villain. And he's gonna be the lead of the thriller line of the story for sure. But taking all the steps getting there, whether it's through music, when he shows up, the background music, the camera language of how he gets filmed, and then every other thing that happens in this drama, like he goes into other people's places and set up cameras, all that is so ramming into audience's face from moment one. I'd rather you not give me so many clues. He has his own BGM and almost like the vibe of him, like the dark black clothes, he only wears that color, all that. It's like so in your face, as if they worry that the audiences would not understand what is his function. He's already a two-dimensional character the moment he comes out, and after watching the first quarter of the drama, he still hasn't got plumped up yet. There's almost no 3D view of this person. He's still that flat character that you know they're gonna put all those thriller thing on him, and it's in a way very lazy. Wouldn't it be more interesting if he comes across right from the beginning as just a standard male second who kind of comes in for the competing against male first for the affection and attention from female lead, and appears to be a classic cliche kind of male second, and then you gradually discover, oh, actually he might have more, or at least later in the plot you reveal a tiny twist somewhere and you're like, wow, oh, I didn't see that coming. But if I look back, I see a lot of clues that's already been laid, I just didn't notice. That would be so much more enjoyable. To set up your villain, with quotation mark, because we don't know how this story is gonna end, maybe he's not gonna be the real villain, because it would be kind of stupid to set up him right from the beginning, clearly as the villain, and then in the end he turns out to be the villain. But regardless of if that character has a twist or not later, so far within the first quarter of the drama, in terms of how the male second character is presented, I'm just not very happy about it. I understand it's rather difficult to find a balance point between intentionally over mystifying things that is too obvious to the audiences and not doing it enough so that later when it gets reviewed everybody feels like they're cheated. It's always a game of how do you find the perfect point, but that's also what's interesting about this type of thriller element of a story, right? In that department, Psychologist is not doing very well. That would be my first impression of the drama, Psychologist, 女心理师. I will continue watching this drama. I hope the later plot wouldn't disappoint me. And I pray they wouldn't make the male second character all the way through a flat two-dimensional character. If the villain is uninteresting, the triumph of the heroes also would be meaningless. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.